Talk about 2.0 for a minute. You came and found us, and we were attractive to you.
Yeah.
Why is that? You've been in the industry for a lot of years. Why did you choose us? I mean, obviously, our company was on the scout for a president at the time, right?
Yep.
But tell us a little bit about why you chose us.
So when I saw what it was that was actually behind all of it, I didn't know the brand name. I didn't know much about that. I knew MetaFast, right? I knew those types of things, but I knew a couple of things about what you were all doing, which was, okay, you seem to be making a name for yourself in the United States, which got my attention. Why? Because I was ready to make a name for wellness in the United States. I had been traveling internationally for a long, long time across my career. And when I would come back to the United States after living in Europe and other parts of the world, I would actually see the deterioration of the health of our nation happen before my eyes. It was shocking. So there was a seed that was planted in me a long, long time ago that just was germinating, right? It was just ready. So when I saw I saw the transformations, these incredible health transformations that were happening through Optavia, through all of you. I saw your story.
Yeah.
I saw Tinter's story. I saw so many people's stories. It was these stories that kept informing my decision every single time that I had to kind of remake that same decision of like, no, I know exactly what I'm passionate about. I know my why. I know what I want to accomplish in my life. And I know the model that we have is a way to accomplish it. So for me, when I saw this, it was an immediate yes.
Yeah.
I knew that it was the solution. I knew that it could make huge, huge inroads in the health of so many families, that living rooms, family rooms would be changed. I also saw this as a huge international opportunity.
Yeah.
But it wasn't quite ready yet.
Right.
But I saw it as something big, global, big.
So since you came on, we took off like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
I mean, 2017 or 18 through 22 is insane.
Yep.
Why?
Because there is nothing that can compete like a group of people with a singular focused message to the marketplace that is shared consistently, boldly at scale. So when we got right on the message of what we were going to accomplish, and we saw that through leadership manifest down all through these organizations, it created a massive wave. It created momentum. It created opportunity. It created a whole lot of health transformations. It created a whole lot of financial health transformations. And those transformations built and built and built and built and scaled. And so, yeah, we accomplished a lot. I don't know, I can't think of any other story that was bigger than our story in those days. I can't think of one.
Knowing what we know now, anything you would have done different to prepare us for where we are today?
I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, and retrospective sense making is a fun pastime, but you shouldn't make a living off of it.
Right.
But learning is always key. So here's what I would say: the learnings from the past several years really come down to the fundamentals. The fundamentals are, one, when people show up with their passion and their story, things start to change. When people get bold in their story, things start to change. I don't think that will ever change. The things that I would do differently, honestly, I think I would have said we need to move upstream faster.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we were ready for it. I think our program has always been an upstream program, meaning metabolic health, but it was hidden.
I feel like we stayed in this like weight loss industry, which we never were. We never wanted to be.
Right.
I mean, you think Dr. A years ago when he started originally Take Shape for Life, he came out with the habits of health, and it was, but yet where does just like, but I just want to lose weight, and he's like, no, but we're going to change our habits. And then the 2.0 era kind of came along, and we started to adopt some habits of health. But at the end of the day, I think some of the coaches were probably promoting weight loss or maybe never taking it the full journey themselves. I think now we have an opportunity to totally rewrite our story to something that we've always wanted to be.
I think we've always had that in our DNA. You're exactly right. When I saw the habits of health, even before I joined, I said, okay, this is distinct, this is differentiated. It's focusing all the right things. The things that I knew, the things that I had personally experienced.
Right.
It's about your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you can't escape an unhealthy lifestyle. You can't run from it. It goes with you everywhere you go. It's every single decision that you make. And I say this about being prepared. I believe that the kind of the trailer, if you kind of like think about movies, like you put out a trailer to entice.
Yeah.
I think the trailer became the feature film.
Yeah.
And now we have an opportunity to say, no, it was actually just a trailer. Because here's the thing. Weight loss is just one, like weight gain is a symptom. Think about that. Weight gain is a symptom of poor metabolic health.
Right.
Okay, so you make decisions that inform your health. Your metabolic health starts to deteriorate. You start to gain weight, especially bad fat in the wrong places, visceral fat.
Right.
Very, very dangerous. And when it shows up, it's late. So we were like addressing the problem. Like it was like taking a fire hose to a flame, but only firefighters know that you have to point the hose at the right place. Otherwise, the flame won't die down. You have to go to the source of the flame. You got to beat it back there. That's what we're doing.
And that's why we know now some of the early signs of metabolic dysfunction is literally when your body feels on fire. It's that inflammation that comes in. But Nick, I want to go back to the last 3 years. The weight loss and health industry has completely been disrupted. I mean, not just us. It has been a complete disruption. GLP-1s entered the market. Everybody, every person on TikTok's a fitness pro or selling something. Massive confusion, massive distraction. Why are we now positioned so well for growth and success in this next 10-year era?
It's really all about addressing the sources of the problem, not the signs and symptoms of the problem. Because, I mean, I see this a lot. I'm sure you do as well. I know you do. You see that guy, maybe he's like in his early 30s, maybe a young dad. And he's out there running, okay? He's out there running. He's pounding the pavement. He's doing the things. He's out there running. And you look at him and you wonder, I wonder how long he's been at this. Is this a habit? Or is this just like a fad? Is it just like I'm going to go out there and I'm going to run because I know running and exercise is important. And yes, it's important. But you know he's probably frustrated because the results aren't there. If you don't address it from a comprehensive perspective, if you're not taking into consideration your nutrition and you understand what proper nutrition it is for where you are, if you don't understand energy regulation, if you don't understand all of those things, you go after it and you treat one sign or symptom of it, but you don't ever get to the source because the body can't start to reverse those things if you're only treating one symptom. It's too complex of a problem. And then people get frustrated and overwhelmed because they're like, well, what I'm doing isn't working or it won't sustain. I don't know what's going on. I thought this pill or shot or whatever it is would fix me. Upstream of that, when we go to the source of all of that and you know that it's your metabolism and then you understand how to put all of that back into harmony and how to balance it because the body wants to be healthy, right? It's designed to keep you alive. That means health. It knows what to do if we would just allow it.
I want to pause for a minute because I'm sitting here with the president of Optavia. And my audience has a feeling, thinks, wait, is this the president or is this like the health pioneer? Is this Dr. A? No, this is Nick. And I think it's important that we have a president, we have literally someone like you leading from the front lines of saying this is where we have to go. We are not just a business to sell or just to make money, although that is important. You are truly about impact. And I appreciate leading from the front, and the 3.0 era is about true transformation and swimming upstream and completely having a metabolic reset. And this excites me. So why do you feel like we are now positioned so well for growth?
Well, here's what I would say. The awareness around metabolic health is growing. Most people, when you say metabolic health, they actually don't know what that is.
But they like the word. It's attractive.
It's like, okay, is this like a trend thing? It's like, okay, it's actually not a trend. But humans actually make trends by what they're interested in. So let's say that it is a trend. Okay, play that out. Okay, I hope it is. I hope it's the biggest trend that the planet has ever seen. Why? Because it will create enough awareness around what is actually going on. Because here's an example. When people go to the doctor and they're getting a checkup, what are they actually getting? It's actually a metabolic health checkup. It's not just a checkup, it's a metabolic health checkup. See, people actually know what metabolic health is. And it's not what you think it was, like, well, back when I was young, I could eat whatever I wanted and I wouldn't gain weight. That's kind of what people think. Oh, my metabolism was strong. It was like young and youthful and all these things. And then it kind of ends there. But it's like, guess what? That's one part of your metabolism.
Sure.
Your metabolic health, you know it because every time you go get a checkup, every time you wake up in the morning and you feel a little bit off, when your mood is off, when your energy's off, when your body is feeling not the way it used to feel, and you're like, well, I think it's just old age. And then you look around and you're like, oh, wait a minute, this guy that's my same age doesn't feel like that, and he doesn't look like that. What's he doing? Or what's she doing?
Sure.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that way. You can reverse metabolic dysfunction. Our program reverses metabolic dysfunction.
And I know that we spend a lot of money and having the scientists be on the front lines to put many clients through a 16-week study. So metabolic synchronization, how do you see so far into the future and know the world is so far past weight loss and really dealing with metabolic dysfunction? Then starts the studies, and now we're here. Tell us about these studies, why you saw so far in advance we need to do clinically proven studies to the gold standard and now come out with this recently released data.
So I'll get to the clinical studies in a moment. I'll start by saying why the weight loss, let's call it the weight loss industry or the weight loss game, is really doing a disservice to us as a population. Let me explain. Focusing on weight loss and losing that weight would be like unto tying your shoes before running a marathon. Losing the weight is like tying your shoes before running a marathon. It's really just the beginning. It's, for many people, it's the first step. Here's what's the truth is, though. There are many first steps that are happening simultaneously. When we chose to invest in the clinical studies, gold standard science, to show what is happening in that critical targeted reset phase, it goes way beyond weight loss. But it actually stays a little bit in the weight loss category, because here's the other thing too. You and I know this. You could lose weight by losing an arm. And I'm not trying to be grotesque. Is that quality weight loss? No, that's ridiculous.
Right.
Nobody wants that. But the quality of weight loss is the conversation of the future. And it's just step one. We knew that if people stayed in the conversation about weight loss for weight loss sake, people would end up right where they started, or even worse, metabolically. Why? Because they're losing too much skeletal muscle. They're losing too much lean mass. That is not quality weight loss. We have to preserve lean mass. We have to preserve and protect lean muscle. We knew that was always going to be the case. How did we know that? Because we understand physiology, we understand biology, we understand the things that will always be true for human beings. These things do not change. They are categorical imperatives. So we start there. Let's get away from the fads and the fashions and all those things and just stick with the foundations. That's metabolic synchronization. Reversing metabolic dysfunction by creating a body that is working for itself.
You just described, though, 90% of Americans as seeing as weight loss as the finish line.
Yep.
And that was me. When T and I joined, yes, we came on and lost 100 pounds, and we realized the closer we got to that goal, you start to take some of the pressure off. That also makes us unique, is because if that's now our step one, and it really always has been, but the American way or the American dysfunction is to see if I can just lose weight, I am then healthy. So we stopped doing the habits that got us there, which created this reversal to where you're now sometimes in worse case than when you started, compared to going all the way through transition and completely resetting your metabolic health.
I mean, Doug, you and Tia are some of the nation's biggest advocates for the right way. You're some of the nation's biggest advocates for the right way, and here's why. Because you understand that you understand the check engine light. You understand all the dashboards. Some people have a dashboard that has one indicator, and it's weight. And so when that goes to a favorable place, they're like, okay, everything's fine. But that's not how the body works. These dashboards that we have, if they could be in front of our eyes, like a car, how many of those lights would actually be? You'd have the check tire light. You'd have the check the fuel light. You'd have the check the engine light. You'd have lights that just terrify you. And here's the thing. Most people just look at the fuel.
Yeah.
They just look at one and they're like, oh, I lost the weight.
Sure.
But what did you gain? Did you gain knowledge? Did you gain self-efficacy? Did you gain an understanding of what's actually happening inside of your body?
Okay, so rapid fire on these next few questions.
Yep.
You've been a part of the direct sales industry for many years, all over the world, in fact. What is unique and different about our company, our program, and even our compensation?
Oh, my goodness. So first of all, let me say, I fell in love with our channel, like these types of businesses. I fell in love with it from a very early age. It's what kept me here. It's the channel. It's the idea of opportunity. I fell in love with it because I saw how powerful it was.
Yeah.
I saw that it was this vehicle that was superior to so many other vehicles. And it's not to say that you can't be successful in corporate America or you can't be successful as an entrepreneur in another type of model. But I saw these models that could scale so quickly, that actually empowered people, that focused on the right principles, that you can only succeed if you help other people succeed. In our business, and this is why I think ours is the best of the best, and of course I'm biased, but I also know
But it is.
But it is the best. And here's what I would say. When I saw this model, and two things. One, that when clients won in their health, coaches won in their business, a true win-win. Clients winning in their health meant coaches were winning in their business. I saw that. And then I thought, okay, but how big can this be? And then I saw the compensation plan. And the compensation plan is unlike any that I've ever seen. When you look at it and you look at the front end and you're like, okay, so it's a front end compensation plan. Our compensation plan at the front end is extremely rich. And so then you stop. You're like, okay, I see where all the money's going.
Sure.
And then you miss it.
Yep.
The middle is fat and rich, fat in a good way. And the back end is the best back end I've ever seen anywhere. Because the front end, being so robust, fuels the back end in the way that it was designed so brilliantly. And I'm kind of a comp plan nerd. I actually am. I love studying them. It's been a passion of mine my entire career. I can definitively say it's the best that I have ever seen. And it's a true win-win.
And I love how you said just a little while ago to a group that being publicly traded is our advantage because we are a publicly traded company. We have since 2008. Is that right?
Well, before that.
Even before that, maybe it was 7 or 8. But the what you said was most privately held companies, first of all, ain't going to show you their books, ain't going to show you the facts.
No,
Second, they're going to make sure the owners get paid first.
Yeah.
You said something powerfully just a few minutes upstairs about. Well, why don't you say it?
Yeah.
About
so let me. I'll just break it down for you. Here's how it works. First of all, we can only win. The company can only win, meaning the owners of the company, the shareholders. They can only win when coaches win first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can sign up for that. The owners of the company, the shareholders, win when coaches win first. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It doubles down on this idea of a win-win.
Yeah.
So think about when the client wins, the coach is winning. Think about when coaches win, the owners of the company win.
Right.
I also love that people can participate in their own business as an owner of the company in addition to operating and owning their business. Yeah. Isn't it great? It's such an incredible financial vehicle. So that's what I would say. And we look at our job is stewards of your business.
Yeah.
It's stewards of the ownership of the business, the shareholders of the business. We take our jobs very seriously. So we understand that when you win, we win. It doesn't work any other way.
And I appreciate yours and Mike's and Dan's, everybody's 100% transparency. Not just because we're a publicly traded company, and so we have to weigh in every 3 months.
Yeah.
I mean, every single quarter, we step on the scale as a company. And I'm proud of that because we learn from it. That's how you learn is through public accountability.
That's
I mean,
right.
that's why the first time I ever did a post as a coach was I knew if I didn't put my health journey out in the public, I was going to revert back and I was going to go back to bad patterns of hiding and being shameful and actually probably lying to myself and other people. And so we as a company, we get to do that. Now, Nick, you have paid T&I. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but we're going to try it. Nick, you have paid T&I over $43 million since 2017 and over $3 billion in commissions to all coaches combined. If someone is looking at this to make significant impact or income, Why should they join our company and our movement?
Well, first of all, it's the biggest mega trend in health, and it's so important to society that it's not a trend. See, this focus on being metabolically healthy is going to be the norm. This will be the conversation at every dinner table in a very short amount of time. So we are positioned ahead of all of that because we know where it's going. Why? It can't go anywhere else. I mean, yeah, people can get distracted and noisy and gimmicky and all those things, but these things will not change. It is the biggest business opportunity that I have ever seen globally. Now, number two, why join the business? Well, you're kind of living, breathing social proof of the power of our compensation plan. You're a top leader, you're an influencer, you're a health advocate, you're an entrepreneur, you're many, many things. But I think deep down inside of all the things that you could be, you're a husband, a father, and a health coach. You care deeply about health. I think for people who do care deeply about health, this is a perfect place for them. It's got to get into your bones. It's got to get into your soul.
It is.
You have to want to help people. You want to create the win-win. You not just sell them something, you want to serve them something. And that's why I see is so incredibly compelling and powerful about our business. And guess what? We haven't even gone international.
Which actually leads to, what's the 10-year plan of our company's vision and growth?
10-year plan. Our North Star, optimal health and well-being. That's our North Star. Guess what? It's nice when you have a North Star because guess what? You can always find your way. Our way starts with breakthrough number one, which is this platform called metabolic synchronization. Metabolic synchronization will inform every other product and plan and program innovation for the next 10 years. In addition to those breakthrough innovations that will be manifest in a short amount of time, phase one of a multi-phase growth strategy for the next 10 years, we will go to share this message across the world. People need what we have. People don't want to feel the way they're feeling. They want to reject the norm. They want to take a detour from the current course that they're on. They want to follow the North Star of optimal metabolic.
Is there a teaser of which international country we might go to first?
I will tease by saying they absolutely need our metabolic synchronization program.
I like that. Do they speak English?
They speak a language.
I'm not liking the teasers. All right, so two final questions. Going big, bold moves. What big, bold moves has or is the company making to position us for greatness and worldwide domination in the next 10 years?
So first of all, we have done an incredible job. The teams inside the company, the partnership with the field has done an incredible job to put us in a position where we can claim dominance in metabolic health.
I feel like we've already done that in the last 4 weeks. We've completely disrupted just the norm, the conversations that are going on out there, and you've led the front, even from the article you were just reading a while ago.
No, we're done with Band-Aids. We're done with Band-Aids. We're not just going to stick a Band-Aid over a huge problem. We're going to go upstream. Metabolic synchronization is the scientific breakthrough. It is the platform. This breakthrough, I mean, think about it. In just 16 weeks, 14% reduction in visceral adiposity. We have more to say on that too. Stay tuned. Number two, 98% preservation of lean mass in 16 weeks. If there are any medical professionals, health professionals, or anything listening to this, they will appreciate that stat. 98% preservation of lean mass. And we protect healthy muscle. So that is just phase one. That's unleashing the power of metabolic synchronization science on top of our program, influencing the direction for the next 10 years. So we're excited about it. Why? Because the need has never been greater. It's never been bigger, no pun intended. People don't want to feel the way they're feeling. They want to feel vibrant, healthy, youthful. And I will end with this. My big why, and you share this, we talk about this a lot. My big why, I just want to live as healthy as I can for as long as I can. I want to enjoy the things that I love to do. I want to see my great-great-grandchildren. And I say great-great-grandchildren. Why do I say that? Because that's my goal. I want to see them. I want to see how it all turns out. I want to see us reverse metabolic dysfunction across the world. I want to see all of it. I want to be there for it. I want to partner with you as you lead it. It's going to be a great ride.
So, final question then: why did this get personal for Nick Johnson?
A lot of different reasons. I think everybody has a person that comes to mind that that couldn't be here, that should be here. Metabolic dysfunction, the lack of awareness, the timidity with which we approach it, the fear that we have of approaching someone we love and saying, how's your health?
Yeah.
How are you doing? Is it time for a change?
Right.
Everybody has those regrets.
Yeah.
I have them too. I should have said something to friends and family members of mine who aren't here anymore, quite frankly. It makes me sad.
What activated me as a coach was 14 years ago that made Doug wake up and stop being scared was my football coach in high school. Jeff Baczynski died. And I thought about it. I prayed about it. I had the message written to him and I was like going to send it. And I told T, I'm like, how should I say it? Do you think it's worded right? Is he going to be offended? And I thought about it. This went on for like 14 to 16 days. Facebook post comes up the next day from his wife. And it says, hey, this is, I think her name is Judy, on Jeff's account. Jeff died last night of a heart attack. And I was just so mad at myself.
Yeah.
I was just so pissed off. And I'm like, why do you make this so much about you? People are now dying. My football coach died. And would he have done my program? I don't know, but it's my duty to ask. It's my duty to say something and to at least offer, like the conversation you had with the gentleman on the airplane the other day. They know they're not feeling good. So we got to take action. So Nick, thank you for just being a pioneer and staying in the fight, because I know we all have seasons of like, man, this is hard. You have like stepped up when it's gotten hard, and you've led even farther and gone farther ahead. So thank you for leading this movement with excellence.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, Doug.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.